he's supposed to be.
I appreciate John's thoughtfulness on this issue and his work on the flood board. The big ditch, as it's being called now, or the short Minnesota diversion. On paper, the 1.22, it looks like the best option right now as it's presented. But we need to take a look at several things, and I think John was right in bringing them up. We need to work with Senator Langseth, Representative Marquardt, Colin Peterson, who know the folks out on the land and are getting phone calls right now in opposition to this project. Representative Marquardt was the former mayor of Dilworth. Dilworth is not feeling that they are being equally represented on the flood board, and will, if you take a look at the distance between Dilworth and the Buffalo Aquifer, where 336 is on Highway 10, it will, if built, cut off the High 10 development for Dilworth moving towards Glendon. There's a few other considerations that need to be brought in. The North Dakota diversion will cross, I believe, 5 rivers. And there are some serious environmental concerns that are going into the North Dakota diversion. The beauty of the Minnesota diversion is that it goes from the red and then skirts in between the red and the Buffalo and then back to the red. So there's no interference with other rivers. I've talked to the Corps, I talked to them last week, asked them what would happen if we had an outside group file an environmental lawsuit over a diversion, and basically they said it would stall or kill the project. We cannot afford to have this project stalled or killed. Some of the things that need to be considered, if the short diversion and going door to door, I'm hearing both sides of this, we're gonna have to find some way to get remittances from Fargo to Clay County for the loss of tax base. And we can't forget the townships. We're going to be significantly impacting townships and their ability to raise money as well. The other concern that needs to be brought in is that this is an eternal project. Someone is going to have to go into that ditch every few years and burn it out to make sure the trees don't begin to grow in there. Someone's going to have to provide security so we don't have people who get frustrated that their township road no longer connects and think that they can drive through that ditch. We're going to have ongoing costs with this project for decades, if not a century or more. Colin Peterson said that the Minnesota short diversion has less than a 0% chance of happening. Colin Peterson isn't often wrong. I think that we as a community need to engage with the farmers out in Clay County, understand their concerns, and as John said, not have a cavalier disregard for their strong opinions concerning this diversion. What I'm hearing from the farmers out in Clay County is it's a Fargo problem, it's a Moorhead problem, don't bother us with your water. I can understand where that's coming from, but again, we are a community in Cass and Clay County. We also have to take a look at the damage that may be caused to our northern neighbors up in Pembina or Oslo or Halstead or Grand Forks. So there's a lot to consider in a very condensed time frame. December 1st is just a few weeks away, and I do appreciate the good work of Nancy Otto, Lori Winterfeld, and John Rawl on that flood committee.